never forget them. Never, never.
This group stands together, bonded by tragedy. Their common experience? Loss of a close family member. Police officers who gave their lives so that others may live.
Another police officer from his precinct said, hurry up, Jimmy, come on down. The buildings are falling. And he said, no. And I heard someone knocking on the other floor. And he says, I'll be down later, which he didn't come out.
23 members of the New York City Police Department were killed when the towers fell. Their fellow officers and family members gather every year to remember them at the Blue Mass, held at Our Lady of Guadalupe Church in Bensonhurst. Police chaplain and pastor Monsignor Romano says this tradition started in the wake of the attack, as rescue personnel searched for survivors.
Every Sunday I went down to Ground Zero and said Mass. And we started off with about 15 police officers the first Sunday after 9/11. And on the week that they removed the last piece of metal, they had to close one of the streets off. And I said Mass in the middle of downtown New York. And the whole street was filled with thousands of people. They needed help, and they needed a divine help. And God was certainly there pulling them together.
Monsignor Romano says that when these officers rushed into the burning buildings to get others out, God was working through them. Representing the police commissioner, Deputy Commissioner Kathleen Perez, says that the entire department is honored by their service.
We celebrate what these officers did. I can envision every one of their faces running into those buildings on that day.
The day America was attacked is still burned in the memory of the NYPD. Even those who weren't on duty, retired or not, rushed to the scene as quickly as they could to offer assistance.
When I first got out of my truck at the scene, I had about 1.5 inches of dust on my shoulder, and we started just searching. And we looked for a spot to think where somebody would be, and it was every spot.
As I went in there, they handed me a hard hat and a pair of gloves and said, come on, we're going looking for the lost guys. It was unbelievable. It was still on fire. It was still smoldering, as it would be for months. It was a terrible thing that they did to us.
I asked both the family and the members of the NYPD what they wanted everyone to know. I got 2 answers: never forget, and it could happen again.
This was a beautiful September day. Sky was crystal clear blue, splendid day. And we were visited this hell, this wrath, for no reason other than evil.
We live in a very dangerous time, and what happened down in Lower Manhattan in 2001 could be nothing compared to what happens in the future. Something far, far worse than 9/11 could happen if we do forget.
People want us to knuckle under. They want us to live in fear, but we're not going to do that.
September 11th was the worst attack on American mainland in the history of the country, but because of the heroes who rose to the call of duty, thousands were saved.
The only consolation is that I'm sure he's in heaven because he gave his life for everybody else.
It took falling skyscrapers to take down those 23 heroes, nothing less.
Many of the uniformed officers didn't want to speak to me on camera. As one of them told me, it's not about me, it's about them, the ones who made the ultimate sacrifice for our freedom. Reporting for Currents from Bensonhurst, I'm Katie Breidenbach.